calm down a little?
NBC News brings you reporting. Let's meet at the facts. Let's move forward from there. NBC News, reporting for America.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. Anabay sofas combine ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. Anabay has designed the only fully machine washable sofa from top to bottom. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabay has you covered. Visit washablesofas.com to upgrade your home. Sofas start at just $699. And right now, get early access to Black Friday savings, up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Author Christopher Lee Jones brings you Mars Mission 1, available on Amazon in the Cliff-Hanging Detective Store. The first crew lands on the surface of Mars when a missile blows up a satellite, creating thousands of pieces of debris. That debris sailing along at thousands of miles per hour, destroying more satellites, creating more debris, causing a non-stop chain reaction. The dreaded Kessler effect has begun. Now available at Amazon, Mars Mission 1, Surviving the Kessler Effect.
Now here's a highlight from Coast to Coast AM on iHeartRadio.
And welcome back. George Norrie with Mark Christopher Lee, British filmmaker and UFO researcher, prides himself in having an unconventional approach to documentary storytelling with a very fresh, working-class perspective on the weird and unexplained. Mark blends raw investigative journalism with sharp British humor and has established himself as one of the UK's most distinctive voices in UFO and paranormal media. Mark, welcome back to the program. How have you been?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Thank you for having me back. It's very much appreciated.
Wonderful new book, The Rendlesham UFO Case. I love it.
Thanks, George. Yeah, I mean, it's actually good. We've also got a film of the same name on Amazon Prime, which has been my kind of passion for such a long time. So it's so good to get it out there. And it is the best UFO case in the world, in my opinion.
It surely is. What got you involved in the study of UFOs, Mark?
Initially, I had my own experience as a child, which was unexplained. At the time I had it, I put it down to being an angelic experience, which I know sounds a bit out there. With hindsight, maybe it was something else. But then in the UK, growing up in the 80s, there was a program on TV called Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World. And that really kind of piqued my interest. And Arthur C. Clarke, if people don't know, he's the author of 2001: A Space Odyssey. He was a proper old-school scientist, visionary. He invented the communications satellite, for instance. So he was this hardcore scientist, but he would look at unexplained phenomena with an open mind. And so this, TV series did UFOs, and it just opened my mind. And there was also a magazine called The Unexplained, which came out every month, and that had UFOs, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. So that's what initially got me into it. And then, a bit older, the X-Files came along. It sounds a bit cliched, but that definitely got me into UFOs in a big time. And luckily enough, on this new film, The Rendlesham UFO, the British Roswell, I've actually worked with one of the stars from the X-Files, cigarette smoking man, William B. Davis, who did the narration. He was amazing.
How do people see that film?
Yeah, it's out on Amazon Prime or Apple TV. It's called The Rendlesham UFO, the British Roswell. And we took a different perspective than most, because the story's been told many times, and some great TV programs, films about it. But what was interesting to me is that the more I researched into the 1980 incident, which is definitely something happened in my opinion, there was also a lot of people who've been back since to the same place and had weird, anomalous experiences with UFOs, paranormal, even cryptids. And so the film is kind of focused on, we go there and do our own investigation now. It was, last autumn we actually went there and filmed, and we did capture weird things on camera and on sound that still are not explained. So there's something about Rendlesham Forest in Suffolk in UK. It's very beautiful, remote. It's got this mystique about it. And people are going there now and having these weird experiences, and we did too. So that's why I wanted to make the film, as well as telling the original story from 1980, and then updating it as well.
Is the film done in a documentary format?
It is, yeah. I mean, like you alluded to earlier, it's a different approach. It's me and my best mate, Guy. We've done a TV show on TV called Love TV for a long time. So it's basically two guys you meet down the bar, really, chatting UFOs. But we go out to Rendlesham and do it. So it's a bit of a road trip. we don't take ourselves too seriously. And my whole approach to ufology, especially in the UK, is to make it accessible, make it entertaining, and to get people interested in it. And, this is the approach I took on my previous film, The King of the Universe, which is about the royal family's interest. And so we've kind of taken that format and expanded Rendlesham just to try and draw people in, because I know in the US it's taken very seriously. You've got hearings in Congress, you've got whistleblowers coming forward. In the UK, we don't have that. We're trying to get things going over here, and people don't take it seriously. It's still a bit of a taboo subject.
Mark Christopher Lee with us, talking about the Rendlesham UFO case. His film and book is called The Rendlesham UFO, The British Roswell. Let's go back 45 years ago, Mark, to December 26th. Tell us about Rendlesham.
Yeah, it was in Suffolk in the UK. I think we have to take in the context of 1980. It was the middle of the Cold War. There's at RAF Bedwaters and RAF Woodbridge, which were joint US NATO bases in the UK. And over this weekend from the 26th to the 28th of December 1980, there was strange lights seen in the nearby Rendlesham Forest. Various servicemen went out at different times, saw these lights and documented them, and went back and reported them. There was Jim Penniston and John Burroughs, two of the most famous witnesses, who claimed to have witnessed a triangular craft that landed, which had strange hieroglyphic markings on it. And
U.S. soldiers, right?
Absolutely, yeah. These are distinguished servicemen. Yeah, absolutely. And this is what gives the case a lot of credence, because you've got these, servicemen, no-nonsense people serving their country, and they're experiencing this unusual phenomena. So Jim Penniston and John Burroughs and Edward Cabansag, they reported this triangular craft which had these hieroglyphic markings. Jim Penniston claims to have gone up to it and touched it. Then later had this mysterious downloaded binary code, which has been translated years later. But there was 3 nights of activity. Some of the locals saw stuff as well. It wasn't just the servicemen, but then it kind of escalated up to Colonel Holt, who was the deputy base commander at the time. And he kind of wanted to put this all to bed, so he went out with a team. He had his famous dictaphone, and he recorded bits of what he experienced. And still today, that tape recording is spine-chilling. What he sees, beams of light coming down, and this light, orange light, darting through the forest. It's all very mysterious, and we still haven't got to the bottom of it. Yeah, and like you said, we've got testimony. There's the famous Colonel Holt did a memo to the UK Ministry of Defence, asking what was going on. That is documented. Strange lights in the sky, I think it was called. And so there was a mystery there. And what we uncovered in our film is that there was a cover-up at the time. Shortly after, we interviewed an investigator called Richard Lawrence, who actually telephoned the base. He had it from a contact that something had happened. And he was chatting away on the phone. Basically, a receptionist was saying, "Oh yeah, the UFOs. We're all talking about it here. It's big news, and we're trying to work out what it is." And whilst he was on the phone to this receptionist, they were told to stop talking about it. It was classified. And it was that was it.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean and cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new ColdZyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide. There's nothing like sinking into luxury. Anabay sofas combine ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. Anabay has designed the only fully machine washable sofa from top to bottom. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabay has you covered. Visit washablesofas.com to upgrade your home. Sofas start at just $699, and right now, get early access to Black Friday savings, up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
Mars Mission 1, the fictional book based on real-world facts, the future you hope never happens. Author Christopher Lee Jones brings you Mars Mission 1, available on Amazon, bringing you real-world facts of what our world will look like if we allow the Kessler effect to continue to develop in a cliff-hanging detective story. The first crew lands on the surface of Mars when a missile blows up a satellite, creating thousands of pieces of debris. That debris sailing along at thousands of miles per hour, destroying more satellites, creating more debris, causing a non-dreaded Kessler effect has begun. All satellites are being destroyed by debris, all cell phones fail, all GPS fails, all power fails. Life on Earth as we understand it may never be the same. Mars Mission 1, Surviving the Kessler Effect, you do not want to see it happen. Now available at Amazon, that's Mars Mission 1, Surviving the Kessler Effect. It's a great book. Mars Mission 1, Surviving the Kessler Effect.
I turned off news altogether.
I hate to say it, but I don't trust much of anything.
It's the regime.
It feels like it's trying to divide people.
We got clear facts. Maybe we can calm down a little.
NBC News brings you clear reporting. Let's meet at the facts. Let's move forward from there. NBC News, reporting for America.
Under a dense fog at 4 a.m., the city's cargo docks are deserted, except for two shadowy figures whispering near a shipment marked confidential.
Did you hear that splash? Someone's out there watching us.
Just ignore it. We make the deal. We walk away. No one gets hurt. By sunrise, I'm gone for good. A gunshot echoes. Someone falls. A bag drops, scattering diamonds across the slick planks. Then only silence. Who fired the shot? And where did they go? The docks hold answers. But by sunrise, someone else may vanish into the mist. The truth surfaces next. Will you dare to listen? Download Solitaire Clash. That's CLASH today on the App Store or Samsung Galaxy Store and click on the Halloween case files. Do you dare to step into the shadows and uncover what isn't meant to be found? Only those with razor-sharp wits will uncover the truth. Crack the Halloween case files, and the prize could be yours. Download Solitaire Clash today.
Did one of the witnesses touch the object?
Yeah, that was Jim Pennistow. When he was out in the forest, he put his hand on it. And he claimed to have this download of binary code, which years later he wrote down and translated. And it was something to do about planet Earth and things like that. And a place called High Brazil. It was all very strange. And that's, people find that a bit hard to believe. However, as you'll see in the film, I went there. We did our own investigation. It was a long, long day filming. We got back really late in the morning. I laid down in bed, trying to sleep very, very wide from drinking too much coffee that day. And all I could see was ones and zeros in front of me. It was really, really weird. I had this weird experience that I can't explain. And maybe it was just psychosomatic, because obviously I know the story about Jim Pennistow and the binary code. But I was seeing all these ones and zeros. It was really, really weird. And is that something I've brought back, or is that just my mind playing tricks? I don't know, but I did document it because it was real to me at the time. It's very strange.
Mark, whatever happened to the object? Did it fly off or did it stay? What happened to it?
Well, this is interesting, George. We don't know yet today. I've recently spoken to someone called Peter Parrish, who was one of the original kind of locals that went to investigate. And he sent me basically a diagram of his version of events. He's got down. There was one main craft, which is maybe what Penniston saw, but there were 6 craft in total. That's what he claims. And they were taken basically to Germany by plane to another database. But at the end of the day, we don't know what happened to it. But I think the context that's key in this case is the Cold War. Tensions are very, very high. And nearby to Rendlesham Forest, there's 2 kind of secret research stations into radar technology, possibly weapons technology. There's the Martlesham Heath, which is nearby. There's also Orford Ness, which is where the lighthouse was, which people have used to debunk it. So there's all this secret research going on very nearby to where the US servicemen saw this craft and saw the lights. So it's not a coincidence. And then the other big thing is that people don't realise is that just 24 hours later in the US, there was the famous Cash Landrum incident in Houston, Texas. And I just wonder if the two are connected. It's just the timing of it. And the Cash Landrum incident that had military helicopters that have been documented that were accompanying this craft. So were they testing the same technology? Was it something else? Is it a secret weapons program? Because from what I know, I'm not an expert on the Cash Landrum case, but from what I know, damage to their health, which is what happened to Jim Penniston and John Boris, the two servicemen that were close to the craft. They've had medical retirement from the army. But Cash, I think it was Betty Cash and Vicky Landrum. They spent a lot of time trying to get, information from the military, and they wouldn't, and they were their health was seriously damaged.
And they were burned or something, weren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. And there's been the doctors' evidence, doctors' notes, hospital records, and they had, their life was cut short. And I just feel really, really bad for those people. And they were, given the runaround by the military. They wouldn't admit what was going on and what had happened. So I think there's a connection, possibly between what happened in Rendlesham, December 1980, and what happened with the Cash Landrum in Houston, Texas. Maybe it was the same technology being tested, especially as Rendlesham was a US base, NATO base in the UK, next to these two facilities, Marsh and Heath, Orphan Nest, that were testing secret technology.
Have you ruled out US craft?
No, I haven't, no, but I think if it was the US craft, it would have been some sort of secret tech, maybe a stealth plane that they were testing. I don't think it's anything conventional, because don't forget, these servicemen would have known, what everything that was out there. So it must have been something new, secret, if it was US. But at the end of the day, it is still a mystery, and the mystery still continues, in my opinion.
You went out there with Guy Thompson with special dowsing rods and instruments. What did you discover?
Okay, yeah, so we went there with the idea of trying to find the original landing site, and we've been tipped off by, there's a really great chap in the UK called John Hanson. He's a retired police detective, basically, and he's written 2 books with Colonel Holt, the Deputy Base Commander, the Holt Perspective 1 and Holt Perspective 2, 2 brilliant books documenting the Rendlesham case from Colonel Holt's side. Amazing books, people should check them out. And he told me roughly where he thought the landing was, because there is, if you go there now, there's a UFO sculpture there of this triangular craft. That's not where the landing site was. That's where the tourists go, thinking it's the landing spot. It's not. So we had this place to go. We wanted to just see what we could find. So I took a metal detector. We took an EMF reader. We took dowsing rods, which I'll explain in a minute, just to see if we could pick up anything anomalous, really. And we did with the EMF readers, especially, which gives spikes in electromagnetic radiation. We were getting really, really high readings out of nowhere. They were just appearing from nowhere, and it's all on the film, and you can see it. But the interesting thing for us is that we took dowsing rods with the aim. We were going to do what's called CE5, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, meditation. It's called psionics. I'm a little bit skeptical. For your listeners' background, I've got a science degree, so I'm quite rational. I always wondered, how does CE5, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, work? Something to do with the power of the mind, the consciousness, reaching out. All sound a bit kind of obtuse for me. But, we tried it, and we interviewed a lovely practitioner in the US called Ray Dove, and she gave us some information about what we needed to do. So we took the dowsing rods to try and find the ideal location to do this. So we were near the landing site. And seriously, the dowsing rods, when we got to this spot, were just spinning round and round. It was really weird. It was like, whoa, something was happening. And then we got the EMF reader out, and it was just spiking really, really. So we made a camp in this place for that reason. And then we sat down, we did a meditation. It wasn't going that well at first. Guy Thompson, you alluded to earlier, he's a great laugh, a really good mate. He was drinking too much Guinness. He was carrying these cans of Guinness around the forest. It's quite fun. As you'll see in the film, I'm teetotal now, so I had a flask of coffee. So we were sat down trying to do this meditation, and it wasn't going very well, to be honest. And I got a bit of strop because Guy was drinking. So it didn't get anywhere.
A little too much, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we were warned by both Ray Dove and a lovely lady called Cheryl Ann McLean, an Australian who does pure bliss meditation, and she's a meditation expert. So she was telling us what we needed to do. One of them was, don't drink alcohol. But he did, which is fine. So we wasn't